Whether you realize it or not, everyone needs soil in our lives. It's basically the ground of our lives. So that's why today we're going to be talking about soil eutrophication. Now, eutrophication is the depletion of oxygen from a source. It can be in many different forms, water, or, in this case, soil. Now, what typically happens is phosphates and nitrates are being introduced into the soil. These increased nitrate levels are undesirable for plants. There are endangered plant species because of this process. Now, when thinking about eutrophication, the chemical form of nitrogen is most often the cause of concern. Now, plants have a high nitrogen requirement, and so the addition of nitrogen compounds actually make it so that there's more plant growth. Now, what ends up happening is that there's this huge amount of plant growth, but then it cannot all be utilized. Now, what ends up happening is that all of this ends up with plant death. One of the concerns with eutrophication, as it is the process of oxygen being depleted from a system, is that there's a decrease in biodiversity, an increase in species invasion, and of course toxicity. Now, some people wonder where this comes from. A lot of times the concern is agricultural land and how being what is put into the soil is getting transferred to other places, such as the forests, meadows, and bodies of water. Now, some common places where this is found are fertilizers, manure, agricultural operations. Chemical fertilizers more than tripled the use of phosphorus, and use of synthetic nitrogen fertilizer increased more than 7-fold. Now, fertilizer are often applied in excess of crop needs. Large numbers of those fertilizers and minerals and chemicals are lost and not getting used, instead getting absorbed into the atmosphere or lost in runoff. Manure exists in excess as livestock as livestock use increases. Then it is stored or used in fields, and it's in far too large of numbers, and so this can't be contained, and there's a continued problem. Now, again, this is something which can be solved by human intervention in terms of the farms and just thinking about what is done.